Scene script. First, we must recognize it. It's not just the overt exhaustion or despising your job. It's the subtle cues, feeling detached, a dip in your usual performance, or even physical symptoms like headaches. Invisible burnout isn't as conspicuous as its counterpart. The signs are subtle, often masquerading as daily stress or fatigue, but it's more than just feeling tired. It's a chronic state of being worn out. It's feeling like you're running on empty, with no pit stop in sight. You might find yourself feeling detached from your work, your colleagues, even your own aspirations. You might notice a drop in your productivity, a decline in the quality of your work, or perhaps you're making more mistakes than usual. You might even be experiencing physical symptoms, from persistent headaches to a weakened immune system. But what makes it invisible? Well, it's the fact that you can't see it. It's not like a visible wound or a broken bone. It's a silent affliction, gnawing at you from the inside. It's the constant whisper in your ear, telling you that you're not good enough, that you're falling behind, that you're failing. It's that feeling of being stuck in a rut, of going through the motions, of feeling uninspired and unmotivated. And the worst part? You might not even realize you're experiencing it. You might chalk it up to a bad day or a tough week or a challenging quarter. But the reality is, invisible burnout can creep up on you, insidiously and stealthily, until one day you're left wondering why you're feeling so out of sorts. Recognizing invisible burnout is the first step towards overcoming it. It's about listening to your body, paying attention to your emotions, and acknowledging when something doesn't feel right. It's about being honest with yourself, about admitting when you're feeling overwhelmed, and about seeking help when you need it. So, if you're feeling off but can't quite put your finger on why, you might be dealing with invisible burnout. The next step, understand its origins, which we'll be diving into in our next segment. Where does it come from? Overwork is a common culprit, but it's more. It might be the misalignment of values with your work, feeling unappreciated, or a lack of control in your role. Burnout isn't just from clocking in too many hours. It can stem from feeling like what you're doing doesn't matter, or that your efforts go unnoticed. It could be the frustration of feeling like you're not calling the shots in your own job. Imagine constantly swimming against a current. It's not just tiring, it's demoralizing. That's what burnout feels like. It's not just physical fatigue, it's an emotional and mental exhaustion. And it's not just about working too much, it's about the nature of your work and how it aligns with who you are or who you want to be. Understanding the root cause of your burnout is the first step towards overcoming it. Boundaries aren't just walls. They're essential limits we set to protect our energy. This means learning to say no, taking regular breaks, and most importantly, disconnecting after work hours. Setting these boundaries isn't about shutting people out, but rather about creating a healthy balance between our professional and personal lives. Think of it this way: when we say yes to everything, we're often saying no to ourselves. So learning to say no isn't a rejection of others, but an affirmation of self. When it comes to taking breaks, remember that it's not just about physical rest, it's about mental rest too. Step away from your desk, take a walk, practice mindfulness, whatever helps you recharge. And lastly, disconnecting after work hours can be a game changer. Our minds need time to switch off and rejuvenate. Remember, it's not selfish to set boundaries, it's necessary for your well-being. Remember why you started. Reconnect with that passion, that purpose. If you're not aligned with your why, it might be time for introspection or even a change. Your why is your driving force, the true north on your compass. When burnout encroaches, it's easy to lose sight of this. You may find yourself running on autopilot, losing touch with the passion that once fueled your drive. This is a crucial sign to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, are my current actions in line with my why? If the answer is no, it might be time to reconsider your path. It could mean a shift in tasks, roles, or even careers. This process isn't easy, but it's necessary for your overall well-being. Your why is your guiding light. Don't let burnout dim it. You're not alone. Talk to someone, be it a friend, family, or professional. Seeking support isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. When the silent killer, invisible burnout, looms over us, it's easy to feel isolated. But remember, We're all humans, and it's okay to lean on others when times get tough. Often, we hold ourselves back, fearing judgment or misunderstanding. But seeking support, opening up about our struggles, is the first step towards healing. It's about being brave enough to say, "I need help." Whether it's a trusted friend, a loved one, or a mental health professional, having someone who listens can make a world of difference. They can provide perspective, guidance, and most importantly, a sense of understanding. So don't shy away from reaching out. Share your experiences, your feelings. You'd be surprised at how many people are ready to extend their hand and help you navigate through the fog of burnout. Remember, you don't have to face burnout alone. Reach out, talk, get the support you need. Invisible burnout is the silent wave that can knock us off our feet if we aren't vigilant. Remember, the first step is recognition. Understand that burnout isn't always a dramatic crash. It can be subtle, creeping in through feelings of detachment, dips in performance, or even physical manifestations. Next, comprehend its origins. Beyond overwork, burnout can stem from a misalignment of your values with your work, feeling unappreciated, or a lack of control in your role. Setting boundaries is crucial. These are not walls, but protective limits to guard your energy. Learn to say no, take regular breaks, and disconnect after work hours. Reconnect with your why. Remember the passion that sparked your journey. If you're not aligned with this, it might be time for introspection or a change. Lastly, don't hesitate to seek support. You're not alone in this journey, and reaching out is a sign of strength, not weakness. Facing burnout is a challenge, but with awareness and proactive steps, you can overcome it. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, take care.